I move over and I request my worthy remaining speakers to please conclude your remarks within a limited time because we have to finish our conversation at 11. My next eminent speaker is Mughis Shaukat. Mughis Shaukat is the Islamic banking advisor. He is a digital banking specialist, MIT, USA. Mughis, can you hear me?
Yes, Brother Rahil. Assalamu alaikum. I sure can hear you.
Yes, please go ahead.
So, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum to all of your prestigious ladies and gentlemen, colleagues. First of all, blessed 6th of September to all of you back in Pakistan and all over the world. Inshallah ta'ala, my dua, my prayer, my special dua for the sustainability of the whole community back over there, inshallah ta'ala. And I'm very happy to be a part of this platform and to talk about defense vis-a-vis sustainability notions. So we did defend the land in so many other ways back in 65, and from there onwards, so many other times. And even now, the latest development is a massive latest evidence of how skillfully it has been protected and defended in so many ways, futuristic and current ways, considering what's been happening geopolitically. But when it comes to sustainability 2021 onwards has to move beyond the traditional norms of defense, and economic sustainability, economic defense will define this very new age, new normal role that the land is going to have. So my basic prescription to ensure that this new age kind of defense is sustained through economic upbuilding and economic strength is, of course, to focus on technology, because this is going to be the new way forward. It already is, particularly in a world that is multipolar and very tightly knitted, globalized world. Of course, to ensure that this is achieved, being outside from there, you can see a lot of things that are happening in the development towards the phase that I'm talking about, sustainability in terms of economic defensibility or economic strength. It's a very important word, sustainability, and means a lot to so many things. And what Pakistan, for example, is doing, under this current regime, the Riaz Medina concept, it's a very, very important concept. It's a generational concept, the Kamyab Jawan programs, the Low Housing Society, SAS program, poverty alleviations, and so on and so forth. These are very, very important steps towards sustainability. But what I do believe that what will hold, itself extremely crucial is how we invest the energies and invest on the youth of the land. And youth, of course, these days is extremely tech savvy. Now, my couple of prescriptions that I can go on lengths, and you can YouTube and Google stuff where I've went on lengths and lengths on explaining my ideas in a variety of ways, and particularly the two things that I'm going to mention. The two key pillars to me would be, of course, tourism is one sector that has already been focused, and I was so happy to see first ever time a high-level media engagement and international advertisements coming from Pakistan. So two things, of course, that I would think would be extremely crucial for a country moving forward and making itself more strong in terms of economic stability and sustainability. This is what we are talking about. Use of technology, invest on youth. This is number one. Number two, invest it in the right sectors. To me, the right sector, which I think Pakistan can prosper a lot, is focusing itself on becoming a giant in halal economy. It has all the ingredients, it has all the manpower, it has all the necessary nitty-gritty to ensure its status. Do so by using technology. One prescription that I can perhaps provide Pakistan, and I've been doing it when I met the president last September. I put these words in his ears that, technology, youth, and halal economy are among the crucial aspects that Pakistan can take itself forward in an overwhelming fashion, and straight away can stabilize economy. New kind of FDI will come, and it will be branded outside even better because of the demand of the halal sector. The halal sector, including halal/Islamic finance, is over $5 trillion already that right now as we speak. But the main players are either Australia, Brazil, New Zealand, to an extent India. So nothing to do with any Muslim country. So Pakistan is an extremely key position to brand itself and prove itself as a giant in the halal economy. It can use, for example, blockchain or robo-advisory or AI solutions to ensure the halalability of the whole scheme from farm to table, for example. So what I can do in a very nutshell, because we are pressing for time, I can use a blockchain technology, and I recommend this to Malaysia as well and to Philippines, where I'm involved in coming up with such a scheme. But of course, to my own land, I'll be much more biased towards, honestly. So a blockchain technology could be used, for example, to ensure halal food or halal consumption traceability. So you, for example, grow a fruit, and you use blockchain technology to ensure data traceability from how it was grown, what seeds went into it, how much water, what is the kind of water, whatever the nitty-gritty was in terms of growing it from the farm, and then taking it out to the table of the end consumer, how it was transported, what was the warehousing, how was the warehousing harvested, etc., etc. Everything is data encrypted. So what I can do is, as a youth in Pakistan who are very, very tech savvy, amazing tech savvy youth in Pakistan, they can be asked and they can be given money as young entrepreneurs to come up with such solutions, or a halal blockchain driven technology app where you can use the blockchain technology. All I need to do is to have that app in my mobile, and if I go to a Carrefour or any shopping mall and I purchase a product, the product would have that QR code on itself on the pack. So I just need to open up my app, scan the QR code, and straight away in a couple of seconds, the whole halal nitty-gritty will come in front of me as an end consumer from the start till the time I'm buying it. What it does is, this data encryption, that data would tell me that each important criteria step has been met, and it increases my consumer confidence. If these products are launched in a local market, it's a huge market, and then supplied to an international market, imagine the amount of status, brand, and money that will come in. The other solution, before I finish, for Pakistan, given the economic needs, the economic, strangling environment that the country is trying to come out of, is to try and focus itself on social finance, and in this case, Islamic social finance, for example, the form of waqf, which is so underutilized and underestimated institution in the whole financial social sector. So we can have a fintech-driven waqf, an online waqf, where people are allowed to invest as small as 10 rupees as their own waqf, and even service waqf that the government can support, and that fund, once collected all online, will be disseminated further to not only the entrepreneurs and SMEs, but also to fight unemployment in new kinds of way, because government is short on funds, as you know, and is trying to, do whatever it can to increase those revenue streams. But till that happens, we can have these out-of-the-box technology-driven solutions to even fight climate change, because Pakistan is in the front line of climate change effects. And sooner or later, you might as well end up having climate refugees. The Prime Minister talks a lot about it, and kudos to him and his regime, the way they are doing for climate change.
Sorry for the interruption.
Yeah, these are the things that I thought that, very quickly in 5 seconds, that, social finance driven technology to fight even climate change and improve economic status and unemployment numbers, reduce them, and then halal economy is the way forward, driven by technology, focusing on youths giving these solutions. Thank you.
Thank you, Maurice, for your enlightened one. Definitely, we'll talk later in our closing session what you have suggested us. My next speaker is Dr. Zahid Chaudhary. Dr. Sahib, are you with me?
Dr. I can hear you.
Yes, Dr. Zahid Chaudhary, Director Training Research Associate, sir. Please go ahead. You have 4 minutes, sir. I request you to...
I will try to be as brief as possible. First of all, thank you very much providing me this opportunity to talk to my colleagues and my fellows. My topic is dual use of technology. you know, if you look at the sustainability of the economy, it means the sustainable technology development, and it means, you know, we must have a sustainable R&D. And you know, in most recent, you know, time, China is the very good example for this. They have traveled in 25 years, you know, from no R&D almost to the best R&D organization. Okay, you know, in the developed countries, the good thing is, you know, they have the private sector, they have the public sector, and from both sides they have the investment, and they do the R&D, and they come up with the products. But you know, for the development countries like Pakistan, you know, let me define what is a dual use first of all. You know, dual use means, you know, a product or a technology which can be used for peaceful purposes as well as for the defense. So what the developed countries are doing is, you know, they have put, you know, all these dual use technologies on export control list. So what it means, you have to get a special permission, and you know, it comes down to the high cost of the products and the technology. So sometimes very difficult even for the universities to get the basic equipment for do the R&D and to participate in the development of the new products. So this is a vicious circle which, you know, which you know, basically end up with the load on the economy. So currently what we are doing is, you know, our R&D almost in the universities or in the other organizations is supported by the government of Pakistan or the state. And you know, and then of course, it, you know, when there is a time for the use of this technology, it's only used for the defense purposes. So one good thing can be these technologies can be shared with the private sector, who can participate in development of the products and to commercialize it, of course, in a very controlled way. And another way can be, you know, we can invite the private sector with the public sector, and so that they can join hands in the development of the new technologies. So, say I can name the technologies, because you know, nowadays these technologies are just merged together. Say for example, if we talk about the AI, you know, now it's very difficult to define what is the use of what is its use, where is, you know, it can be used for the defense or where is it commercial. And you know, so big data, GPS, HoloLens, imaging technology. So you can name it, and you know, you know, these technologies have both applications in the commercial as well as in the defense. So what our way forward can be, you know, we can invite our private sector with the public sector and make a joint, you know, plans and the programs and the proposals to move forward. So this is the message from my side, you know, on this very special day, because I know that, you know, the time is too short. So thank you very much. If anybody has a question, I'm ready to answer. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Zaid, for wrapping up your complete stance in a very limited time. I am humble.